And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kids Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. And what's up, everybody? Welcome to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. We are live and amplified on Wednesday night, so go ahead and crank it up because we got a great show coming your way. A lot of high school baseball as we check in with the Summit Skyhawks. In just a moment, your Sunkist League champions, and they sure look like they're going to be in Division I for the CIF Southern Section playoffs. We also have star swimmer Brooke Batdorf, the daughter of Novi head football coach Ken Batdorf. She has made the CIF Southern Section Division IV finals in 2 swimming events, the 100 butterfly and the 200 IM. We'll check in with Brooke as well, and we're going to break down a lot from the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame. We're going to hear from former RCC football coach Tom Kraft. We also have Coby Merrill, JW North wrestler, who is a CIF state champion. Now he wants to be a world champion. We got those exclusive details. We'll also check in with a couple of stud Riverside Poly swimmers as well. But we're going to start off the show with some high school baseball. The CIF Southern Section playoff brackets will come out on Monday morning. But we do know this. The Summit Skyhawks are your Sunkist League champions. In fact, as we do this show on Wednesday night, they have won 21 games in a row. It might be 22. They were playing Rialto this afternoon to wrap up the regular season. Did not see a final score when we went on air tonight, but they had already clinched the Sunkist League championship. They are inside the top 10 in the CIF Southern Section Division I ranking, so they look like they'll be D1 and probably have a home game in the opening round as well. So it's been a huge season for head coach Sam Lopez and the Skyhawks, and they are not done yet. Yes, D1 is going to be tough. Every game, every team in D1 will be a battle, but Summit looks really good right now. Dylan Harrison on the bump as Summit beat Bloomington 5-1 at the County Clash at San Manuel Stadium just this past Saturday. We caught up with Dylan. We caught up with Coach Lopez to talk about that league championship and also preparing for the playoffs. Again, Division I, it'll be tough, but the Skyhawks, they are up for the challenge. They've won 21 in a row. They wrapped up the regular season today against the Rialto Knights, and we'll find out on Monday exactly when and where Summit will be in the CIF Southern Section postseason. Here's the Summit Skyhawks. Inland Sports.
What's been good about our team is just all of us play as a family. We all love being around each other. We play as a team always. No one's above themselves. No one plays for themselves. We all play with the team mentality in mind that we got to go out there and win every day. We stay dialed in. One game at a time. Obviously, 20 wins is a lot and in a row, and we got to be seated high enough in Division I to where we got a pretty nice matchup our first game. We got to keep our foot on the gas and keep pushing along.
what I've really enjoyed is, for the most part, we've been able to play to our level, no matter who the opponent is. Our pitching and our defense has been our backbone, the entire season, which allows our offense to do what they're capable of doing. And it's kind of, we've kind of been clicking on our levels, and that's what I've really enjoyed.
Okay, so with that said, I'm assuming you're probably going to be Division I for playoffs. Is that what it's looking like right now?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be, and that's the first time in our school history competing at the Division I level. So we're really looking forward to it. We're ready for the challenge, and we know it's going to be a lot of fun.
So I know you already have the league title wrapped up. So how do you keep these guys motivated and focused in these last couple of games going into what will be the Division I playoffs?
That's the challenging part. That's what we keep preaching, is to play to our level, no matter who the opponent is. Make sure that we're doing what we're capable of doing and knowing what's around the corner. That's what we kind of keep preaching is, around the corner we have Division I playoffs, so we can't have a lazy practice. We can't have a lazy performance on the field. We can't do that stuff. Not if we're expecting to go compete in the Division I playoffs and hopefully make a run. We got to be up to our level, and that usually gets them fired up and keeps them consistent. And I think that's why we've been able to do what we've done in this streak. Yeah, definitely. With it ending on Wednesday and not playing until the following Thursday, we definitely want to get the most that we can out of that Monday and Wednesday game. And they do mean something, because we've been ranked in the top 10 in Division I for the last few weeks in the power ranking. So we don't want to fall from there. We want to stay in the top 10. So these, that's what we keep telling our team is we want to make sure we stay up there. And so this game on Monday and Wednesday do actually have a lot of meaning for us, because we don't want to slip down.
So it looks like you might get a home game, you would think, right in the first round?
Yeah, nothing's guaranteed, but if we stay in the top 10, I think, there should be a good chance of that.
Okay. Inland Sports. All right, good stuff from Coach and Dylan here on the Inland Sports Show. Coach Lopez, one of my favorite guys in the game, man. He does such a great job year in, year out. His son, Sammy, another stud. In fact, I was trying to get an interview with him, but I couldn't find him after the game. But he's going to CBU. He's a big-time stud at short. And so we'll see what the Skyhawks do in the Division I playoffs, man. Very excited. They've had a great season. However the playoffs go, they've already had a great year. Now, also out there at the County Clash, it was a very special ceremony before the start of Kaiser versus San Gorgonio. Now, Instagram saw it first. So if you follow Inland Sports on Instagram, you saw this jersey retirement ceremony for former Kaiser star Nacho Alvarez, now of the Atlanta Braves. Number 24 from Kaiser will now be retired. We put it on Instagram over the weekend, so make sure you're following Inland Sports on the gram. If you're not, we're going to play it again right now. It's only about 2 minutes long, but it's very awesome, as Nacho's parents were at San Manuel Stadium for the ceremony. So make sure you're following Inland Sports on all of our social media platforms. You might just see it first, but if you didn't, here it is. Inland Sports.
His mom and dad and his family were a huge part of his success. Nacho is a kid that, if I could tell you stories about how COVID hit and he spent a year and a half not playing baseball, I begged him to go to another school because our district had some different policies, and he stayed. He said, "Coach, they will find me." And by the end of the summer in New Mexico, Fullerton found him. By the end of RCC, halfway through, Major League found him. So we are here to retire this number. Not so much for him, but for his family. And we really believe that that's a big part of high school baseball, is the family. And he had the tools and the ability, but there's so many stories I could say. He got thrown out of a couple of games and I sat him on the bench because he was so competitive. But that comes from his mom and dad. He played the game with a passion that to this day it still happens. He can't be here with us today, and I'm glad, because he's playing and getting ready to play in the major leagues again. And come up here, all of you.
Oh, yeah, can go
This is not just a media family, the rest of the family sitting over there. And they've always been supportive. Hopefully nobody will ever wear number 24 at Kaiser High School. Not because he made it to the major leagues, because the type of kid he was. All he cared about baseball. From Daryl Stonyers to Greg Colburn to every kid from Fontana, they all had this one thing, and Nacho had it. It was just to play baseball. And I'll stop for there because I can continue with stories forever. But here, hand this to them. Can my administrators come up here? Whoops. Thank you very much for having Nacho play with us. And we'd like to take some pictures right now with our administrators. We have Dr. Hollister, we have Ms. Campbell, Ms. Lee, and I apologize if you're a doctor now too, I don't know. And Mr. Alvarado, please come up here. To recognize. And again, that kid, and anybody that knows him, I was walking, and an individual wanted to take a picture. I didn't know who he was, and me and Roman are like, we want to take a picture with the frame. And it was cool. So thank you for coming out today, and thank you again, San Manuel and 66ers for having us and making it easy. Thank you.
My man, Coach Spinuzzi on the mic, the head coach of the Kaiser Cats, on that very special jersey retirement ceremony for the great Nacho Alvarez, who also played at RCC, so that is very cool. Now, coming up this Friday night, out there at San Manuel Stadium, we were just out there for the County Clash. Well, the Sixers are back home this week, and Friday night, you've got $1 hot dogs, you've got fireworks on Friday night, and you've got EWF Professional Wrestling. And my guy, a personal friend of mine, Trailer King, will be wrestling out there on Friday night. So you got it all. You got baseball, you got wrestling, you got fireworks, you got dollar hot dogs. It's going to be popping off this Friday night as the 66ers are back home this week. And go check out my guy, a personal friend of mine, Trailer King, man. He's the man. All right, more high school baseball news. The Citrus Belt League title has been wrapped up. It was our Ken Sporting Goods must-see gamer series, as I guess you could say, this week, as it came down to Rev and Citrus Valley. Well, the Rev Wildcats are your CBL champions. They did it yesterday on Tuesday with a 6-2 victory against the Blackhawks to wrap up the outright CBL championship. The two teams were playing again this afternoon. Again, did not see the final score before we went live on air tonight, but it was already decided. Rev is your CBL champion on the baseball diamond this season. Congratulations to the Wildcats. Both teams headed to the postseason. Citrus Valley, your number 2 team out of the CBL, followed by Yucaipa and Cajon in a very competitive Citrus Belt League. To boys volleyball, the playoffs are a couple rounds in already, and in Division 4, it's Santiago at home tonight in the quarterfinals. Inland Sports. Back it up to the second round. The Sharks going on the road to top-seeded Woodcrest Christian. After splitting the first 2 sets, the Sharks lock in and they start cooking in the third. It was tied at 26, but Santiago prevails in the pivotal third set, 28-26. The final score in the third. They would go on to win the fourth as they defeat the Royals 3-1 in the second round in Division 4. They were led by Reese Ongalibong. He led the way with 16 kills. Ongalibong, get it. And now, again, the Sharks are in the quarterfinals in Division 4. That was our Big Boost play of the week as Santiago gets it done. All right, the CIF Southern Section Swim Finals are this week at Mount Sac. We've got a bunch of local swimmers in the hunt for CIF championships, including Brooke Batdorf, just a freshman at Norte Vista High School, in the finals in 2 different events. We'll hear from Brooke when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show right after this. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, number 1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. And this sports brought The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
If you're the parent of a highly talented athlete, you need to manage that intensity, not feed it. Make sure they're not competing too often. Really be about academics first. Advocate quality practice while prioritizing rest. More importantly, place them around coaches and people who will empower them with the tools they can use beyond sports. Your boy, Boostman.
All right, we're back here on the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you watching us live and amplified here on Wednesday night. Now on Thursday, the CIF Southern Section Swim Finals will kick off with the championship round. We had the prelims already this week. In fact, on this Wednesday, the other divisions are competing right now to see who advances to the final 9, right? That championship race. Division 4 did it on Tuesday, so we know exactly who's going to be in the championship races on Thursday. A bunch of local swimmers. I mean, swimmers from, Aquinas, Pacific, JW North, Arlington, Cajon. Who did I miss? There's a bunch of local swimmers in Division 4, including from Norte Vista, and she's only a freshman, Brooke Batdorf. Yes, Ken Batdorf's daughter is a stud swimmer, and even Coach Batdorf, he's going to make a very quick cameo in this interview, is quite the swimming aficionado now. He knows a lot about the swim game, and Brooke Batdorf already a stud, qualifying in 2 finals, the 200 IM, the 100 butterfly as well, and she will be in action Thursday beginning at 4 p.m. at Mount Sac in the CIF Southern Section Finals. So, with all that said, here is the one and only Brooke Batdorf. Inland Sports. And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show, one of our local swim stars here in the Inland Empire, and you might recognize her last name as well. It is Brooke Batdorf from Norte Vista High School, breaking records this season and getting ready for CIF. Brooke, congrats on a big freshman season for you at Norte Vista. Did you even maybe, I don't know, surprise yourself this year?
Thank you. Honestly, I really did. Like, I came into this knowing that Norte Vista isn't necessarily an aquatic school and that I had opportunity to do really good. But I feel like, especially last night, I really did surprise myself.
So you're very humble and modest, but we got to talk about all the records that you were able to break this season. So you broke, what was it, 5 school records? What school records did you break as a freshman at Norte Vista?
I broke the 100 free, the 2IM, the 100 fly, the 500 free, and the 100 breaststroke.
Okay, so of those 5 events, do you have a favorite or one that you feel like, man, I'm most strong in this one?
Of those, definitely the 2IM, 100 fly, 500 free are my primary events. 100 breast, I don't like that much, and I'm not great at it.
Hey, can you tell that stranger to get out of here?
Shoo.
But yeah, obviously
you're real fish is.
That is, ladies and gentlemen, Ken Batdorf, the head coach of your Norte Vista football team.
You tell them, hey, when I go to the ocean, I'm the one they roll in, not her.
She's probably saying
with your own.
Yeah. So Brooke, obviously you're good in all those events, and you say you feel like you have events that you're maybe stronger in, or you like a little bit more. But as you prepare for CIF, as we do this interview, it's before prelims. But as you go to prelims, what's your goal? Do you want to make it to the CIF finals in all 5 events for an individual?
Well, the way it works for swimming, you can only have 2 individual events and 2 relays.
Oh, okay.
So I'm so excited because my team was able to qualify for the 2 relays, the 200 medley relay and the 400 medley, 400 free relay. So I'm doing those 2 events, and then I have to choose between my events that I did qualify for and decide what my 2 individuals are going to be.
Have you decided yet, or is that top secret still?
It's not top secret. I have to talk to my club coach tonight because just to see what she feels would be best too. But I'm leaning towards I'm doing the 100 fly, but I don't know if I'm going to do 2IM or 500 free.
Okay. So 5 school records. You also broke a River Valley League record. What was that one?
The 200 IM, I broke that yesterday with a time of 2:23:69. Have that memorized. That was great. Rebecca Moreno had a record from 2013, and I didn't even have an idea that I was going to break that this season.
And what's crazy is if people are watching this interview, I should probably repeat this, that Brooke is only a freshman. So you still have 3 more years of high school to probably break and re-break in your own records and all these events, or maybe even add more records to it when it's all said and done. So Brooke, let's rewind to the start of your freshman year at Norte Vista. Did you have goals in mind for your first year? I know you're a water polo star too, but at least swimming wise, what were the goals that you had for yourself?
This year, my goals for swim were break some school records, qualify for CIF. That's really all I wanted to do because I knew CIF was a really big deal. I wanted to get there. And honestly, some of the school records, they just came along. I knew I was going to break at least 2, maybe 3, but I did not expect to break all these, especially that league record.
That's awesome. Have your times in the different events, have they gradually gotten faster and faster over the course of the season?
Yeah, the first meet of the season, I feel like I had a pretty good meet. I went around my personal bests from club seasons, and then yesterday I PR'd by 7 seconds in the 2IM and 3 seconds in the 100 fly.
So we just saw your dad a couple of minutes ago. I got to ask about your dad as well. So obviously he's probably a competitive guy, and and wants you to do well. And Brooke, I'm going to bring this back to me just for a second because I've got 2 daughters. One of them was a swimmer. The other one was a cheerleader. I don't know a whole lot about swimming or cheerleading, so I just say go, try hard, do good, go, swim fast or whatever. Does your dad know much about swimming, and is he just supportive? He just wants to see you do well?
He's gotten I'll give him so much credit. He realized he didn't know a lot about swimming or water polo. So he asked other parents. He talked to coaches. He did everything that he could to inform himself better. He learned more about CIF than I did. That way, he would know how I would get there, what I would qualify, how I would get to finals, like everything he knew.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this. I know because you're a water polo player as well. Has your dad tried to get you to do flag football?
No, he won't let me.
No? Ironically.
I'm great in the water. I should stay in the water.
How did you first start? I'm just curious. Did you just want to? Did your parents say, "Hey, just try it out"? When did you first start swimming, and how did it all come about?
Well, I've only been swimming competitively for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
I've been playing club polo for 3, but before that, I did synchronized swimming for 6.5 years.
Wow.
So I did that through, I saw an ad in the city, the Riverside, city papers over the summer, and my mom was like, "You want to do this?" I was like, "Sure." And I did the city lessons, and while I was doing the city lessons, one of, the RAQ coaches, Riverside Aquettes, was like, "Hey, you want to come join our club?" And I was like, "Sure." So I ended up doing that till 6th grade, and then I transitioned to club water polo swimming.
Oh my goodness. Synchronized swimming. Brooke, I would have never guessed that. That's how you got your start in the pool.
Yeah.
All right, Brooke, finally here. So what do you think it's going to take to maybe bring home some hardware from CIF? What do you think you have to do well to have some great swims?
Well, obviously competition is going to be great. I know some of my friends from club swimming, Lucy Quinto, Lauren Rodriguez, Brooke Wiley, they're all Division 4. I know they are doing the same events I am. So I just know, I know who my competition is. I know I need to go out and do well. I carb loaded the night before, but I really intensify that. So I only eat protein 3 to 4 days out. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm making sure I sleep. And for swimming, running, you taper. So your workouts get a little bit less yardage, more sprints, turns, really working on technique. Mm-hmm. And I'm just really working on fine tuning my strokes and my tempo.
That's awesome, Brooke. Well, best of luck coming up at CIF. 2 individual events, 2 relays as well. It's been a record-setting season so far. So regardless of what happens at CIF, it's already been a success for you, Brooke, this season. And again, just a freshman. Unbelievable. So that is Brooke Batdorf from the Norte Vista swim team here on the Inland Sports Show. Again, thank you so much, Brooke, and best of luck at CIF at Mount Sac.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Inland Sports. All right, good stuff, Brooke, and best of luck on Thursday at the finals. Just a freshman, man. It's pretty incredible. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to hear from former RCC football coach Tom Kraft. We have JW North state champion wrestler Coby Merrill, and a little bit more on swimming as we check in with the Riverside Poly Bears as they get ready for the Division I swim finals. We will be right back here on this episode of the Inland Sports Show right after this. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kids Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. And
Girls, here are 5 lies society tells you about strength training. Number 1, you're going to get buff. That's lies. It's genetically impossible. Number 2, muscles are masculine. Wrong. Muscles are empowering. Number 3, you're going to gain weight. That's false. Lean muscle burns body fat. Number 4, muscles make you bulky. Not at all. For girls, you can expect more muscle tone and definition. Number 5, you don't need to strength train. The biggest lie of all. Strength training helps you build confidence, makes you more healthy, and improves your athletic performance. If you want to know more about the benefits of strength training for girls, check out this month's blog at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. Boost Man.
The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Mark Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Inland Sports. 96.7 KCal rocks on a rainy Monday morning. We talked to our guy Pep about some sports. Pep, what's going on?
Patrick, it's raining down on the Southern California sports world. We'll start with the NBA playoffs. Both of the Los Angeles teams are out of the NBA postseason. We saw over the weekend the LA Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets in a winner-take-all Game 7 of their Western Conference first-round series. And the Denver Nuggets just gave it to the Clippers. 121-101 was the final score. It wasn't even really that close at the end of the day. It was not a 20-point ball game. The Nuggets looked that good. James Harden did not show up in that critical Game 7. And Russell Westbrook, the former Clipper, really had a great series for the Denver Nuggets to help them advance to take on number 1 Oklahoma City in the next round.
Was letting the Clippers know about it, too, as well. It looks like he's been bottling a little bit of that up. Not a shocker.
So times are hard, man. In Southern California, the Lakers are out. The Clippers are out. The last time we spoke, we were hoping the LA Kings in the Stanley Cup playoffs were still going to be alive. No, they got bounced by the Edmonton Oilers in 6 games. In fact, the Kings won the first 2. Then they lost 4 in a row. So the Kings are out, the Lakers are out, the Clippers are out. Things, playoff-wise at least, are not going very well for the Southern California pro teams.
No, you can put them to rest. The playoffs are kind of dead in SoCal.
Hey, Patrick, raise your hand if you want more bad news. I got more bad news on this rainy, wet, cold Monday morning. If you're an Angels fan, you're thinking, oh no, we suck again. The Angels are in a tailspin, and Mike Trout is back on the injured list. They're calling it a left knee bone bruise. He's just running down to first base, and who knows how long he's going to be out. But yeah, Mike Trout is out, and the Angels, after a pretty decent start, remember we were talking about, they had the best record in the American League West, and look at that. Wow. Man, they have fallen off a cliff of late.
I mean, I was watching my Mariners, and I was watching, against the Angels. And as Mike Trout went up the first baseline, he kind of grabbed his leg, and I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching. I can't even remember the last time Mike Trout played an entire season.
Inland Sports. Hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCAL 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning. So if you're watching us live and amplified on Wednesday night, yes, tomorrow morning I'll be up and early talking sports with my guy Patrick on that KCAL 96.7 FM. All right, Monday night we had the class of 2025 for the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame. Some legendary coaches were on the list. We had the Parade of Champions celebrating high school and college athletes here in the city of Riverside. And the surrounding communities, Rupa Valley also involved with that, Patriot High School as well. And it was truly an honor to be the MC of this ceremony once again. To just even play a small part it's just a blessing. And I'll be honest, like, I love doing it. It's so awesome to be in the same room with so many important sports people in the city of Riverside and the Riverside area. But my biggest thing is I just don't want to screw it up. It is such an important, special night for so many people. I'm like, you know what? Just try to keep, steer it in the right direction, keep it on the tracks, and make sure that everyone has a good time. And it is as special and meaningful and important as I hope it is, because there's so many family and friends there, celebrating with these Hall of Famers and the Parade of Champions. It's such an awesome night. I just don't want to be the reason that it goes sideways. So I think everything went okay. I heard it was okay, and it was truly an honor to be out there with so many awesome local sports figures, coaches, athletes, contributors, athletic directors, administrators. I saw so many people, and it's really it's just almost like a reunion. It's a time and a place for a lot of people to get together that you might not have seen in a while. So it was really cool. So that was Monday night. And shout out to my guy Jason at CBU, is at the Fowler Event Center at California Baptist, the home of the basketball teams. They did such a great job with the video production. They're real busy right now, but as soon as they, after this week or so, I'm going to reach back out to Jason at CBU and try to get a copy of the entire ceremony so we can put it here on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. So if you were part of that ceremony, Parade of Champions, you received a scholarship, or a Hall of Famer, you could go back and check it out and watch it all over again. Try to, rekindle that magic, right? Watch that moment again. So that was very special for a lot of people out there, including, Tom Kraft, the former head football coach for Riverside City College, 12 plus years, couple state championships. The guy built the program into an absolute juggernaut. RCC, always one of the best teams in the state and the entire country for that matter. Well, Coach Kraft just stepped down and he went straight to the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame. In fact, we got to had the honor of making the announcement, breaking the news to Coach Kraft that he was going into the Hall of Fame on a live Riverside TV RCC football broadcast. The Tigers had just won the game, and I had a chance to go up and talk to Coach Kraft and interview him and say, hey, guess what, Coach? You're going into the Hall of Fame. So that was also a very special moment to share that with Coach Kraft. I caught up with him at the Hall of Fame to talk about what it means to be a Hall of Famer, and maybe we haven't seen the last of Coach Kraft. Here he is. Inland Sports.
Congratulations on the Riverside Hall of Fame. I had the honor of telling you after one of those games on our Riverside TV broadcast, but what does it mean to you to have your name along with all these Riverside greats?
Well, the first thing you think about is your coaching staff and the players. I think this is an example of the recognition for them. And I know they're real proud of the fact that we are getting acknowledged by somebody here locally. So I look at it that way. I really feel like the acknowledgement of what we've done in the last 14 years is being recognized for the coaching staff and the players.
You've had some great teams, championships. What are some of the things that you're going to remember about being the head coach of the Tigers?
Well, there's a lot of great memories, not just because we win, but on and off the field. The way we prepare our student athletes is on and off the field is to have them learn different skill sets that they can use on and off the field. And it's really important in a competitive program when you're used to being the best player on your team and all of a sudden you come to Riverside and they have the best players on the teams coming from other schools. It's really important to learn skills. So on and off the field, and it's been a joy. Winning that first state title in Bakersfield against San Mateo was really good. It was a breakthrough moment for the program for us. And then I told our staff, I said, once we do it once, we're going to be up here for a while, and we were. And, it was 4 years in a row, and then of course our slot on fourth down dropped the ball on the 13-yard line against Mount Sac. Would have given us a first down, kicked the field goal, and it's another come from behind, fifth trip to the state championship in a row. So those are all, there's so many memories that you can't isolate a group of 5 or 10.
And finally, Coach, obviously you play to win the game, but another goal, of a JC is to get these guys to the next level, right? Get them exposure, give them a shot to play at a 4-year. Did you take a lot of pride in that? Because you had a lot of guys go on.
Well, I think it's the number one thing we did. And when I came to Riverside, and Barry Meyer had me in his office, and looking at a media guide where the kids were going. And they weren't going to big schools that the players and the coaching staff and people in the community identify with. They want to see kids going to SC and UCLA and Pac-12 schools. And I said, do you have an academic advisement program here for athletics? And he said no. And I said, well, that's going to be a game changer for me. I'm not going to apply unless we institute that here. And he got our vice president down, and I talked to him for about an hour, and we put it in place. And they did not transfer one player off their 1-9 team that we took over. And 2 years later, after we went 10-1 and 11-0, we transferred 33 kids the second year. So that advisement program was a key, and it was part of our success. And we transferred over 330 kids in our 14 years here.
Inland Sports. All right, there was Coach Kraft at the Hall of Fame ceremony, and RCC still waiting to name their new head football coach. A lot of us, including myself, thought his son Kevin Kraft was going to be a shoo-in, be the head coach, and he still might. The Tigers the school hasn't announced who the new head football coach is, and like I said, we might not have seen the last of Coach Kraft. Maybe he might be back in some capacity. Stay tuned. All right, also at the Hall of Fame, part of the Parade of Champions, they celebrated a couple state champions at the CIF level, including JW North wrestler Coby Merrill, the first state champion wrestler for JW North High School. Also, the Riverside Unified School District, the first state champion. And now Coby's got a very busy summer. He just won the CIF state championship as a junior at the heavyweight division. Now he's trying to make it to the world trials in Bulgaria this summer. He could be a world champion. Here is JW North's Coby Merrill. Inland Sports.
Coby, congratulations on that state championship. We haven't talked since state, but man, how rewarding was it for you to finish the job and go undefeated and win that state title?
I think it was a good way to finish the season off this year, from last year getting injured and now this year to finally hit the goal I wanted and everything. And, all the achievements I've gained from this, and everything else, it's been a blessing, to be honored this way.
So I know you still have a busy couple of weeks coming up, or what's the summer look like for you now?
So summer's like, usually people think it's a relaxation, take a break from the season and everything. But, I think that I'm still training in the off season and everything else. In a couple of weeks, I have the World Team Trials. So just always constantly training wrestling and everything. And, focusing on next season, and everything else.
So what was that, the World Trials? Or what is that?
World Trials. So like after your high school wrestling, you transition to freestyle wrestling. And, you know, I think this is the bigger goal actually is now to make the world team and make a world championship title and all that stuff. So I'm training for that in a couple of weeks, make the team, and hopefully wrestle in Bulgaria and win a world title over there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When is that? When's the Bulgaria?
Bulgaria, I think, is in August and everything. So after making the team, I have a couple months to prepare myself for that. So I'm getting ready for that for sure.
So that's the goal.
Yep, that's the goal.
Inland Sports. All right, good luck this summer, Coby. And also another state champion there at the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame, part of the Parade of Champions, was, of course, Ava DeAnda, the star swimmer for Riverside Poly High School. She is a multi-state champion. She won the 100 freestyle and the 200 freestyle last year at the CIF State Meet. She is back, and she's leading a host of Riverside Poly Bears into the CIF Southern Section Division I meet this week at Mount Sac, and hoping to qualify again for the state meet. She was out there joined by Presley McPhail, another stud from that Poly swim team, part of a very talented relay team that should get back to the state meet. So here is Ava and Presley from the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame ceremony. Inland Sports.
All right, Ava, first off, I mean, probably goes without saying, but what's your goals now these last couple, this week or two here?
We have CIF. I plan to do good things, you know, do what I always do, and put my head down to race. I'm really excited for our relays as well.
Is there any race, a number you're trying to hit, anything specific you're trying to go for?
Always looking for drops. I don't really like to put that pressure on myself. I really do just kind of plan on putting a good strategy together. That's what matters most to me. It's good setup for state, for sure.
All right, refresh my memory. You were state champ in the 200 free last year? 100?
100 and 200 free
and
last
200?
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ultimately, is that the big goal at the end of the season? Do that again?
Yes, 100%. I like to win. It's a great feeling, and hopefully drop as well.
And set some records?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Presley, you're a senior, right?
Yes, I am.
So this is it. So what's your goals now, the last couple weeks of the season?
I mean, I guess just make it to CIF finals, make it to state, race, have good relays, good individual swims, I'd say. I'm just really excited to swim this last.
Relay-wise, what are you guys in for CIF?
The 2 medley and 2 free relay. Those are the 2 relays that we're doing.
So do you have anything in mind in terms of like, we'd love to break the school record again, set a CIF record?
Yeah, obviously, like in the relays, we would definitely love to break the records. Obviously, I don't think we've broken the 2 free record with this specific group of people, with Lucy Billhartz and Isabel Suarez. So obviously, that's our goal.
Do you guys think about that much? Or I mean, you talk about breaking records, or is it just about winning?
Obviously, like just to honestly do our best. Like putting that kind of pressure is kind of not the best to do. Sometimes before big meets is to be like, we have to break this, we have to do this. And I mean, the 4 of us are very close, so we just try to like stay together, have fun, and do our best, honestly.
Inland Sports. All right, best of luck to Presley and Ava. Poly's got a great swim team. They're going to have a number of local swimmers right there in the mix, including Ava's brother, Dash DeAnda as well. So best of luck to all of our local swimmers at the CIF Southern Section meet out there at Mount Sac. The rest of this week and into Saturday for Division I to crown champions and earn that spot at the CIF State meet. All right, and finally here right now, airing on IEMG, you can check out highlights and some interviews from the Citrus Belt League track and field finals. Maybe the craziest race of the day, the boys 1,600 meters. Dramatic all the way to the end. Jacob Light beating his teammate by 1/100th of a second to be the CBL champion. Overall, it was a great day. It was at Beaumont High School, and it was a great day for the Beaumont track and field teams as the boys and girls both brought home team championships in the CBL. Now we go into the CIF prelims this week, but it was a very competitive CBL finals out there. And again, you can check out more highlights and interviews from this one on IEMG. That's the Inland Empire Media Group YouTube channel, airing right now. Channel 3 in San Bernardino. If you live in San Bernardino, you can watch there as well. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you tuning in. If you've made it this far, please give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We would really appreciate it. And like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, make sure you're following us on social media, because sometimes the Gram or X, one of them, will see the video first before it makes it here on the show. So another reason to hop on over to social media and find us, Inland Sports. All right. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.